So let's take NASDAQ, which is the best performing equity market in the world, bar none, over the last decade. And we look at it versus Bitcoin. It's down 99.92%. Get your fucking heads around that. That's the difference between the next best asset beyond NASDAQ. It's alien. This is the biggest macro trend of all time. And it's so powerful that anytime you take money out of crypto and put it into anything else, you're going to lose money. So therefore, the only thing you can take crypto money out of is lifestyle, because lifestyle is priceless. Everything else is priced on a relative basis. And what you find is everything goes down. It's why a lot of people in crypto hold out to buy property until they're ready to, because property gets cheaper if your denominating currency is Bitcoin or another crypto.
Wait a minute, everyone. We all agree that the crypto market never sleeps, but with countless newsletters out there, how do you choose the best one for you? Bitcoinzilla stands out with its simplicity and clarity. We've crafted an experience that anyone can dive into, whether you're a crypto expert or just a new to the crypto world. Now guess who keeps his eye on us? The author of best-selling book Rich Dad Poor Dad, Robert Kiyosaki. And we want to take this opportunity and thank all the people who trusted us, and we read every comment. And the best part, it's free. Subscribing now means you will get all new information for free. Don't just follow the trends, stay ahead of them. Subscribe to Bitcoinzilla today and enjoy the new edge. In today's video, Raoul Talks gives us everything we need to understand: how the economy works, how the markets work, what debasement of currency is, and why liquidity matters. It brings it all home with how to forecast asset prices and why crypto is not only the greatest macro trend of our lifetimes, but also the most important investment of all time. So without wasting any time, let's dive into the video.
The supermassive black hole means that this beautiful technical chart of global liquidity means we're about to start the next leg of liquidity, which we talked about before. The next leg of liquidity is the driver that will continue the next leg of this market. And the central banks are showing that liquidity is coming, because then cutting rates says, hey, we're ready for liquidity to come. Remember, the reverse happens in crypto winter and macro winter. They start hiking rates and they start withdrawing liquidity. Here, they're increasing liquidity and cutting rates because they want stimulus. That is your friend, your biggest friend. And when those factors come together, technological adoption, people investing in the space, liquidity starts flowing, you get the banana zone. And the banana zone is just all of these factors coming together for macro summer and macro winter. That's what lies ahead as far as we can see. So at top level, this is the important thing. This is what I call the magic formula. GDP growth equals population growth, productivity growth, and debt growth. So the number of people, if it's growing, your economy grows because there's more people doing economic activity. The more productive they are, the more economic output each person gives. So that's a multiplier. And debt growth is a way of offsetting when these two factors aren't strong enough, you can grow debt. And what happens is the economy grows, but you're robbing the future. So let's go through these in a bit more detail so you can understand how it all dovetails in together. So firstly, here's the trend rate of US GDP. We can observe this in any developed economy around the world, a slowing trend rate of GDP. Over time, economic growth is slowing. Currently, trend rate of growth in the US is 1.75%. So even though we're higher than it now, it oscillates around this. So we should be seeing slower growth over time as trend rate of GDP comes down. But you can have periods where it stays above trend for a bit. But overall, this is like a magnet. It's a magnet because population is slowing down, trend rate of growth. Here's the working age population, which matters. And you can see how much it's slowed from 8% to about 1%. That's a massive slowdown in working age population growth. And even with immigration, you don't get anywhere near the kind of ability to sustain high rates of growth. So growth slows over time. Look at the slope. It's the same kind of slope we saw on the last chart.
Former United States President Donald Trump's on-chain crypto asset holdings briefly surpassed $10 million on Monday, primarily driven by his largest token holding, TrueUMP. On May 27, blockchain intelligence firm Arkham reported that presidential candidate Donald Trump's crypto asset portfolio topped $10 million. The surge to a seven-figure portfolio was catalyzed by the MAGA memecoin, TrueUMP, which surged to an all-time high of $13.24 on May 27. According to Arkham, Donald Trump holds 579,290 TrueUMP tokens, currency worth around $6.79 million. The memecoin has surged 53% over the past week, following Donald Trump's crypto endorsements. I am very positive and open-minded to cryptocurrency companies and all things related to this new and burgeoning industry, he said on May 25. On May 21, the Trump 2024 campaign launched a fundraising page for people to donate in crypto. However, TrueUMP prices have declined 8.8% since that peak in a fall to $12.04 at the time of writing, according to CoinGecko. This has caused the entire portfolio to retreat to $9.5 million as crypto markets declined during early trading on May 28. AAGA was launched in August to donate to U.S. veterans and protect children. While it bears the former president's name, it is not officially affiliated with or endorsed by Donald Trump. According to the official website, 234.75 ETH has been donated to United States veterans and 204.5 ETH to child trafficking prevention since MAGA launched. Donald Trump also has a big Ether bag with 464.2 ETH, worth around $1.79 million at this time.
Another way of seeing this is the interest payments on the debt. So every cycle, and I'll come onto these cycles in a minute, every cycle, they issue new debt. It gets rolled over about 3 or 4 years later. When it gets rolled over, there's not enough GDP for the debt that's been added for this cycle. So what happens is they have to inject liquidity or debase the currency to pay for it. So even though this chart is very dramatic because of the COVID payments, we may not expect liquidity, US liquidity, to follow it exactly, but it's going to follow it. It has to. There's no other way without having a debt crisis. And you don't need a debt crisis when you can print your own currency. You might have a currency crisis eventually, but when the world is 400% of GDP in debt and half of that is US dollars, quite hard to have a US dollar crisis. So anyway, so the point being is the aging population, the slowing productivity, the slowing growth, what they lead to is more debt. The debt ends up getting monetized and put on the balance sheet of the central bank or disappearing act by debasement of currency. And over time, lo and behold, liquidity looks like the Bitcoin chart or the NASDAQ chart. It's an exponential trend. It is the key trend since 2008, when all interest rates got reset to zero in what I refer to as a debt jubilee, which I'll come on to in a minute because it's an important point.
Bitcoin dipped 2% on May 28 after wallets labeled as belonging to the collapsed crypto exchange Mt. moved 107,547 BTC worth nearly $7.3 billion to an unknown wallet, with more transactions coming in by the hour. The move is ahead of the defunct crypto exchange's plan to return BTC holdings to creditors before October. Blockchain Tracking X account Whale Alert posted the moves in May 28 X posts, noting 6 on-chain transactions of between 3,999 BTC and 32,499 BTC within hours. All transactions pointed to a single unlabeled address that holds 107,547 BTC worth nearly $7.29 billion at the time of writing. Mt.Gox trustee firm Nagashima Ono and Sunmatsu did not immediately respond to an inquiry on where and why the Bitcoin was moved. Last month, K33 research analysts warned the move of Mt.Gox-era Bitcoin would spook the market and price pressure the cryptocurrency. Over $9.4 billion worth of Bitcoin is owed to some of Mt.Gox's 127,000 creditors, who have waited to get it back for over 10 years after the exchange collapsed in 2014 after multiple unnoticed hacks. Mt. Gox's final repayment deadline is October 31. Its trustees started contacting creditors in January to confirm their identity and exchange accounts for repayment. And do not forget to subscribe to Bitcoin Seller. The most important news will reach your inbox on a daily basis and for free. I do not know why you have not subscribed yet. If you like the video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more daily updates. Remember, knowledge is power, and we're here to empower you on your financial journey. Until next time, happy investing.